Melania Trump's time as First Lady of the United States was a lavish display of luxury, elegance, and calculated power. She wasn't just the wife of the president, she became a symbol of sophistication, effortlessly embodying the role of First Lady with a style that was as impeccable as it was controversial. From her jaw-dropping designer gowns to her mind-blowing jewelry collection, Melania's lifestyle was a showcase of wealth that was both admired and criticized. Her jewelry alone, valued at over $1.5 million, told a story of opulence. Each piece, handpicked for its power to captivate and leave an indelible mark. On the public stage, Melania was rarely seen without her signature accessories. Her 25-carat diamond engagement ring, worth a staggering $1.5 million, was just the beginning. In fact, many of her accessories were worth more than most people's entire salaries. Her iconic crocodile Birkin bag, for instance, cost $75,000. It was more than just a bag. It was a statement of power and prestige. Whether it was at the White House or during international trips, her accessories were always impeccably chosen, from oversized black sunglasses to the sky-high Louboutin heels she often wore. Every detail was meant to convey elegance and an undeniable aura of wealth. One of the most striking elements of Melania's public persona was her fashion. Her wardrobe was carefully curated, each outfit more luxurious than the last. For instance, when Melania stepped out in a $6,990 Grecian goddess gown, designed by J. Mendel during a state visit to Britain, it wasn't just a dress, it was an entire conversation starter. This gown, complete with intricate pleats and sweeping chiffon, was the kind of piece that demanded attention, making her presence unforgettable. Similarly, when she wore a bright pink Fendi houndstooth coat worth $4,200 to welcome the Colombian president and his wife, it wasn't just about the color, it was about commanding attention while still maintaining grace and refinement. And, of course, Melania was rarely seen without her signature long-line gloves, adding yet another layer of sophistication to her ensemble. On the topic of fashion, Melania's personal stylist, Hervé Pierre, played a pivotal role in crafting her public image. Pierre, a renowned designer who previously worked for iconic labels like Oscar de la Renta and Carolina Herrera, meticulously selected outfits for the First Lady. His work was not just about style, it was about strategy, shopping anonymously at stores like Bergdorf Goodman and Saks Fifth Avenue. Pierre ensured that no one else would wear the same pieces Melania wore. It was this attention to detail that allowed her to stand out in every room she entered. From classic Chanel dresses to bold, unexpected statements, her wardrobe was designed to keep the world intrigued and fascinated by her every move. However, it wasn't just her clothing that sparked intrigue. It was also her private life. Melania's time spent at Mar-a-Lago, the Trump family estate in Palm Beach, Florida, was another testament to her love for luxury. The $18 million estate was her private refuge, a sanctuary where she could escape the chaos of political life. While Donald Trump used Mar-a-Lago to entertain dignitaries and socialize with the elite, Melania used it to spend quality time with her son, Barron, and her parents. Though Mar-a-Lago was one of the largest estates in Florida, Melania's private quarters were modest compared to the grandeur of the Trump Tower penthouse. When it came to travel, Melania's trips were no less extravagant. On one solo trip, she spent a mind-boggling $174,000 on a single hotel stay. In another instance, her hotel bill in Cairo during her trip to Africa reached an eye-popping $90,000. These extravagant expenditures didn't go unnoticed by the media, but for Melania, it was just another part of her life, of indulgence. When she traveled, she didn't just book a flight, she made a statement. Whether it was first-class flights, luxury hotels, or private jet rides, Melania's travel choices were always at the highest end of the spectrum. During her solo trip to Africa in 2018, she visited several countries, including Ghana, Malawi, and Kenya, as part of her Be Best initiative, which focused on children's well-being. While the trip was primarily aimed at promoting the United States' efforts to improve global humanitarian efforts, the costs of the trip quickly became the center of controversy. Critics were quick to point out the high price of her travel, but Melania remained unfazed, continuing her mission to advocate for children's welfare across the globe. In Ghana, for example, she visited a hospital supported by USAID, where she met with healthcare professionals and learned about the challenges faced by mothers and children. One of Melania's most iconic moments came when she visited the US-Mexico border in 2018, wearing a Zara jacket emblazoned with the words, "I really don't care, do you?" The controversy surrounding this jacket quickly became a symbol of defiance, sparking heated debates across the country. Critics saw it as an insensitive choice, while Melania remained largely silent, allowing the jacket to speak for her. This moment encapsulated her approach to public life: bold, controversial, and at times unapologetic. Melania's personal convictions also played a significant role in her time as First Lady. In her memoir, she opened up about her views on abortion, revealing a stance that was at odds with the conservative positions typically associated with her husband. While Donald Trump had been vocal in his opposition to abortion, Melania expressed a more nuanced perspective, one that prioritized a woman's right to choose. This divergence in beliefs highlighted the complexity of Melania's character. She was more than just the glamorous First Lady. She was a woman with deeply held convictions, even if they didn't always align with the political landscape around her. Her advocacy work, particularly through the Be Best initiative, was another defining feature of her time in the White House. Despite the criticism she faced for her husband's social media behavior, Melania remained steadfast in her mission to combat cyberbullying and promote the well-being of children. She didn't shy away from the contradictions between her advocacy and her husband's online rhetoric. Instead, she leaned into them, continuing to push for change and emphasizing the importance of protecting children from online harm. As Melania prepares for her next chapter, her legacy as First Lady is marked by both luxury and controversy. She wasn't just a figurehead in a political landscape. She was a woman who knew how to use her position to create an image of power, sophistication, and, at times, defiance. From her extravagant fashion choices to her unapologetic approach to public life, Melania Trump has solidified her place as one of the most intriguing and complex First Ladies in modern history. Whether loved or criticized, her lifestyle remains a symbol of luxury, elegance, and boldness, a lifestyle that only a woman of her caliber could live.